Do you want to learn how to scale your outbound on Instagram without getting your account suspended? Well, in this video, I'm going to outline all the steps you need to take to make that happen. So, before we get into everything, quick disclaimer is never try to create new accounts because they will get suspended. So, moving on, the first thing you want to do is use aged accounts or buy aged accounts. And you want them to be a minimum of 2 to 4 years old. So maybe you get your accounts from friends that aren't really using their Instagram account but opened them up, years ago, so you can get them that way. Or what I like to do is I just buy aged accounts. So there's three websites here that you can use. This first one, Bulk Accounts Buy, is what I prefer because I've always used them and I never had any problems. You can use this second site, accluster.com or z2u.com. Personally, I like bulkaccountsbuy.com, so I'll just show you that really quickly. So basically what you want to do is you're going to go to services, or sorry, not services, you're going to go to shop. It's going to open up this page and you can buy Instagram accounts, freshly created Gmail accounts, Twitter accounts, all that different stuff. But for this example, you're going to want to go to the Instagram accounts, click select options. So now if you scroll down, you can choose the account type. So they have freshly created Instagram accounts, which we're not going to use for any of these for what we're trying to do. So they have aged Instagram accounts, 2 to 4 years, so mixed. And by mixed, I believe that means male and female. So the ones that I always end up using are these aged Instagram accounts right here that are 5 to 10 years. So they're going to come with, just a few pictures and maybe a few followers. But I'm going to show you how to buy followers and where to buy followers later in the video. So just stay tuned. Then you want to choose how many accounts. So whether it's one account, 10 accounts, 1,000 accounts. So if you're looking to scale your outreach, that's because you probably want to have 5 accounts or more. So we'll just choose 5 accounts for this example. Oh, and as you can see, they don't have any packages for 5 accounts. Let's see if they have one for 10 accounts. There we go. So as you can see, it's fairly inexpensive. So $4.20 per account is pretty damn cheap. So that's where I would go to buy your aged Instagram accounts. And just to give you a heads up, this site is a little bit different than others. So it's not like you can just go type in your card information and pay and immediately get your accounts. So what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to just click on this little messaging box, put in your email and start chat, and basically let them know, like, I would like to just basically tell them, send me a payment link because I want to buy, 5 or 10 or 20 aged Instagram accounts that are 5 to 10 years old with no followers. And you need to be specific because if not, he's going to try to send you a payment link for accounts that have followers. So let me show you why that matters. So let's just say you want to, so let's just say you go to buy aged accounts with 1,000 followers. As you can see, for 10 accounts, it's now $250 instead of the $42. So that's the difference. So now that we've got that out of the way, let's move on. So you can also use these other websites. Other people I know, they use them and they don't have any problems. I'm just showing you what I use. So step 2 is you want to set up your profile to look like a real person so you don't get reported. So you don't want to look like some crypto scammer or some robot and then send a message to someone and then like automatically just report you. So you want to have a clear profile picture showing your face. So this doesn't need to be you. This could be, your assistant. This could be someone on your team. But it needs to show their face and the picture needs to be clear. So not you in some shadows where it's hard to see. And you want to have a legible username. So what I mean by a legible username is you just want to have your first and last name. You don't want to have your name and all these weird numbers because then it looks weird and it starts raising red flags. So you want to have your name, but you also want to have a non-salesy bio. So this is going to go against what a lot of these gurus online and on YouTube are telling you to do. You don't want to put, oh, your offer, or I help coaches get this, like nothing like that. Because at the end of the day, you're sending messages trying to come across as a potential customer. And I swear to you, if you send messages to people that don't know you, they're going to go look at your profile. So all of a sudden, if they click on your profile and first thing they see is all these highlights saying results, clients, this, that, and then they look at your bio and it's some salesy message, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. This guy's trying to, or girl's trying to sell me something, and I'm not interested, so I'm not replying. So please don't do that. Then you want to have at least 9 lifestyle posts. So like I said before, you don't, unless you're running ads or something, or maybe not even running ads, but unless you're getting inbound traffic to your Instagram, you don't want to have a bunch of case studies, results, and all this other stuff. So you just want to have 9 normal lifestyle posts of you maybe out eating supper with your friend, obviously not drinking and getting juiced and all that stuff. But you just want to have normal lifestyle photos. Maybe you were at the beach with your girlfriend, and I'll show you an example of mine in a minute. And if you don't have any followers, you want to buy some. So you only want to be buying followers for your outreach accounts. So if you're trying to build up your Instagram to build your personal brand and eventually get inbound leads, I don't suggest this. You're going to want to build it up organically. But if this is just strictly for your cold DM outreach, by all means, you need to buy followers. So I'll show you where to buy followers really quickly. If I don't do that later on in this video, I'm going to do it right now. So you basically just want to Google cheap Instagram followers for sale. And this is going to give you, a plethora of options. Basically, you can just scroll down here, choose one of these websites. You see now 40 cents, so it's really cheap. We'll just click on this one just so you can see the prices. So as you can see, for 1,000 followers, it's $6.45. And you don't need 1,000 followers. You could easily get away with 300, 500 followers because you're trying to come off as just a normal person. You're not some influencer that needs to have all these followers. Normal people just have normal amounts of followers. And if you have 1,000 followers, that's not bad, but it's definitely not needed to have that many. So that's how you can buy followers. And I'm just going to show you my Instagram account really quickly, just so you can kind of understand what I'm talking about. So as we can see here, here's my name. You might need to add like underscore or something like that because your name might be taken. But basically, I have 15 posts. I don't have too many followers. I have a little bit over 1,000, and I'm following like 1,000 people. That's just because as part of my strategy, I also follow the people that I reach out to. But then you can see I just have my name here and the clear bio. Just basically what you want to do is you want to look at your friends and see like what do they have for a bio. People that have nothing to sell. So I basically just put like real estate enthusiast, mindset, and entrepreneurship junkie. You get the picture. I have no highlights at all because that's kind of irrelevant for what we're doing. And as you can see, these are just lifestyle photos. So like me out playing pool with a friend, some houses that burnt down in the neighborhood when I was back in Canada. One time when I was in Montreal buying some bagels. But you get the gist. Like nothing here says that I have something to sell or I'm into marketing or sales. Just basically looks like I'm an everyday guy. And that's what you want your profile to look like as well. So once you have that all straightened out, you need to warm up your aged accounts on different IP addresses. So this is where you're going to need to buy proxies. So you can go buy proxies from privateproxy.me or webshare.io. There's a million other places where, let me put my camera back. For some reason, I lost my camera. So there's a million places that you can buy proxies online. These are just 2 that I've used before and I found to be reputable. So once you have your proxies and you set up your anti-browser detection software, which I probably should have mentioned in a step before, basically it's gonna allow you to log into your proxies looking like you're in different parts of the country or the state. So that's a little bit irrelevant for now. So basically what you want to do is when you're warming them up, you want to do it manually. So you don't want to be attaching any automation software or anything like that just yet. And you want to act like a human would on your own personal account. So I'm not saying use your personal accounts. You just want to act like you would on your own personal account. So you want to scroll, you want to watch reels, leave comments and likes, and you want to follow people. So right here, I've included a warm-up schedule, and I'll show you what that looks like. And you can get this, I'll leave it down below this video, that way you can download it. But basically this just tells you what you need to do. So during week 1, what I suggest, week 2, what I suggest, week 3, what I suggest. And you're gonna wanna follow these steps accordingly so you can warm up your account slowly and then actually be able to send 50 messages a day from each account. So then you only want to use one Instagram account per one IP address. So according to Instagram, you can have 5 accounts on the same IP, but from personal experience, trying to log in and out of 5 Instagram accounts on the same IP, you're gonna get your accounts blocked. So I'm saying this because I've actually experienced this, not just because this is something that I've saw online. So if you're using more than 3 accounts, you're going to need to get an anti-detection browser software like I'd mentioned previously. So you want to use Hide My Account, and I'll show you what that looks like just now. So this is the website that I'm talking about, Hide My Account. So you can check out their pricing, start a free 7-day trial, check it out if you want. I'm not an affiliate or anything, I'm just showing you what I'm using. So that's an anti-browser detection software. So once you have that and you have your proxies, you're going to want to connect those. So you only want to use only use mobile proxies or static residential proxies. So mobile proxies are a lot more expensive and I don't use those. I just use the static residential proxies because they're more affordable and they also get the job done. So really quickly, I'll show you what this looks like to connect a proxy. Oh, that's not what I wanted to show you, sorry. So here we are inside Hide My Account. So what you would do is click on New Profile. Let's just say you would have your profile here. So let's say the profile's name was Jane Doe. And you could just put Profile 1, just so you can stay organized. So from there, you click on Proxy. You click on Your Proxy. So now when you buy your proxies from privateproxy.me, they're going to give you a big string of code. So basically you would import that code right here, that big string that they're going to send you, and then you would click Check Proxy. So the way you know that your proxy is set up correctly is it's going to do its thing and it's going to check, but then it's going to tell you, like, it's going to show you an IP and a location. So it'll show you like an IP address, and then it might say, where's somewhere, somewhere in Chicago. I don't really know the names of any cities or anything like that, but let's just say, this was Canada. It might say Dartmouth, Nova Scotia, or something like that. That way that your proxy is working, you click create, and then that one's all set up. So that's it for how you add your proxy to Hide My Account. So where were we? Okay, so now let's talk about the messages and daily limits. So you only want to send 50 messages a day at most from your aged accounts once they're fully warmed up. And you only want to send 10 DMs per hour. So if you're using automation, you're going to want to go into the settings and you're going to fix the intervals. That meaning, like, you don't want it to where it just sends messages simultaneously to where once it's done sending one, it sends another, like, and so on and so forth. Because your accounts will be detected and chances are they will be suspended. So by doing this and only sending 10 DMs per hour, this is going to allow you to fly under the radar and successfully be able to send DMs for the long term. So let's just say, well, even if you are doing this with automation, you want to pause or have your interval set to 4 to 7 minutes between DMs. And this isn't a must, but like I mentioned, this helps keep your account safe. So if you decide 4 to 7 minutes is too long, you can do less than that, but do it at your own caution. So you can send unlimited follow-ups to your leads as long as these people have responded to your first message. And by doing so and only following up with people that responded to your first message, this allows you to follow up or to send unlimited follow-ups, meaning like it's not going to go against your 50 DMs a day limit. So just keep that in mind. Only be following up with people that, well, not that you only want to follow up with people that responded to your first message, but maybe you want to set aside like specific days of the week where you're only going to follow up with people that never responded to your first message, if that makes sense. And then don't send DMs 7 days a week. So nobody, no real person sends direct messages every single day. So for me, I always take Sundays as my day off, just so it makes it look like a real person to the algorithm. So I would suggest you do the same. Maybe there's a certain day in the week that you just want to take a break. Just don't send any DMs that day. So now let's talk about the message content and lead scraping. So you don't want to copy and paste your messages. You can, but it's not recommended because Instagram is getting smarter on being able to detect copy and paste actions. So if you do have multiple accounts and you are going to copy and paste, you want to use variations of your message. So let's just say your message for this example was, "Hi, John, how are you?" The second one could be like, "Hi, John, how you doing?" "Hey, John, what's up?" I think you get the point from there. So if you are using an automation software, most of them basically take over your computer and it manually types out the message, so you don't have to worry about that. Then personalize your DMs if possible. Now, I don't personalize mine just because it kind of seems weird when you reach out to someone you don't know and you know their first name. But if you're reaching out to, say, maybe personal Instagram accounts, it's probably, better off if you personalize the message instead of just sending something that's generic. So another thing you want to keep in mind is you never want to send links in your first DM because let's face it, a lot of people get scammed on the internet, and not a lot of people, but that's how these whole phishing scams happen. Is basically somebody clicks on the link and then they steal their information somehow. I don't know exactly how that works because I'm not in that business, but just from experience, well, not that I've ever done it, is just you don't want to send links in your first DM because that just looks like, that looks really fishy. Imagine getting a message from someone, talking about something, and then they send you a link at the bottom of the message. You'd be like, what the hell is this? So you only want to send a link if the prospect agrees to receive your value. So maybe you have a Loom or you're giving them some type of free resources or something like that. Only once they agree to receiving it would you send it. And then you want to keep it professional. So let's just say somebody replies back like, "No, fuck off, like never talk to me again." Just don't even reply to them. Don't say, "Oh yeah, fuck you, buddy." Like, keep it professional. So you don't want to swear. You don't want to, use sexual language or anything like that. You just want to be as professional as you can. If they're not interested or they swear at you or, say something about your mother or anything like that, just keep it professional and just keep moving. And you never want to use Chrome extensions to scrape leads. So if you're going to use something like Instant Data Scraper or any of these other, I think Growman is another one. So these extensions to scrape leads, if you go into your Instagram account and start scraping leads with these extensions, it's just going to be a matter of time till Instagram or Facebook or whoever you're scraping from catches on, and they're going to ban the account. So that's the last thing you want to happen. Let's say you just purchased your Instagram accounts, you spent 3 weeks warming them up, and now you go in and try to scrape leads from someone's followers or scrape someone's followers. And then next thing you know, Instagram detects your actions and then bans your account. It's like you just burnt that account, you spent the $4.20 for it, and more importantly, you spent all your time and energy getting it ready. So if you're targeting local businesses that are listed on Google Maps, I would recommend using leadsniper.com or leadsniper.com. So I'll just open this up so you can see what it looks like. So this is what it looks like. You basically go check out their products. So they have a Google Maps scraper, Google search scraper. You can scrape the yellow pages, or you can extract domains. So whichever one makes the most sense for you, you can go with that. And what I like about Lead Scraper is I have the Google Maps scraper, and it was a one-time fee of $149, and now I can scrape unlimited leads. So let me just actually show you what that looks like. So basically, I can just put in my keywords. I'm scraping some leads for one of my for one of my students. So she targets life coaches. So basically, you can have all the different cities. Here, I think we had how many? 39 different cities we're scraping for life coaches. And as you can see, it scraped 2,000 leads. So basically, you can just export that to a CSV, then filter it, get the data you need, and start reaching out. So that's what that looks like. And like I said, it gives you their Facebook URL, their Instagram URL, their LinkedIn, their X profile, and it gives you all their other information like their phone number, location, Google review profile, all that stuff. And if you want to get this document for free, join my free school community, directmessagemastery.com, where I host daily coaching calls and I answer any questions you have when it comes to Instagram outreach or any type of cold DM outreach. So that's it for this video, guys. See you on the next one. Peace.